Good morning, and we're missing a Senate member who is detained in another committee of conference. And
A House member who is not here yet, but we have a quorum, so we can proceed.
okay. So the senator cedes to the House position.
Thank you.
This is the Four Horsemen,
Okay, welcome. We'll convene the committee of conference on Senate Bill 22. And we'll hear from the House their narrative of what they've amended.
Oh, I got the floor, sir? Okay, thank you, Senator Reagan. So I put a little packet together. We're not going to go through all of this. The first page is current statute. And just refresh everybody's memory. Last term, in 2020 year, we added the dollar ticket. But we said, if you have a dollar ticket, you have to have a 50-cent ticket, okay? So, but what we did, and everybody agrees, that we in error left out the 25-cent ticket. Okay, we left out the 25, we all agree we in error. By the way, this is all we're going to talk about. We agree with, both parties, I think, agree with Section 1 and Section 2 of the bill. This is what it's going to argue about, not argue, discuss Section 3. So okay, so we all agree we left the 25 ticket. Now, when Senate Bill 20, the next page, when you introduced the bill, and Senator Reagan, I asked, was a sponsor. I see your Senator Hennessy was a sponsor as well. This wasn't even in the bill, this section. It was really about getting rid of the paper that comes out the bottom of the machine and increasing the deal size to up to 14,000. So we agreed with that too. So, but it's somewhere in your process, you amended this, which is the next page, to the language in 3, and you said you put the not to exceed dollar, and then you added the 25 cents to the 50-cent tickets. Okay, and here's the issue with us. So from our standpoint, when you say not to exceed $1, that means any size ticket can be offered. They actually manufacture 10-cent tickets. So if an organization wants a 10-cent ticket, they can have one. A 25-cent ticket, they can have one. A 50-cent ticket, they can have one. So now you say, well, you know, what's wrong with keeping the language the way it is, 25 or 50 cent? So let's just review one other thing. So who sells these tickets? So just refresh for Senator Reagan, because he's not on Ways and Means, doesn't hear this stuff. There are there's 16 charitable gaming locations in the state, but only five of them also have a bingo license, right? So bingo, Lucky 7 license. So 5 charitable gaming locations have bingo, which means they can sell Lucky 7 tickets. There are 10 standalone bingo halls, which have bingo licenses, right? And Lucky 7 license. And then there are numerous fraternal halls that also offer bingo, right? And we asked for the number and they didn't really come up with a number, but it's a large number of them, right? So each of these kind of facilities have differing populations that they serve. And then and again, remember, the other thing I want to mention is that these comes in 2 varieties. We're talking about the old pull tickets, manual, touch it, and then the machines, right? So when it comes to the machines, a change is just a matter of putting another button on a machine that says I'm betting a quarter or I'm betting 50 cents. So what our point is that does one size fit all, or can we allow these different kind of facilities to offer? The way this language is we would force perhaps one of these charitable gaming locations to offer a 25-cent ticket when they don't want to offer it, versus this language. Our language says, look, you can offer whatever you want up to $1, and let the organization, whether it's a fraternal organization or whatever, make that decision. So that's the difference between, because between the two, the Senate position and our position. So, so that's where we're at. We're, you know, I don't know if there's any way we can change the language, if you feel more comfortable, to say that somewhere in here, because the way it's written now is you have to offer a 25 and a 50-cent ticket if you have the dollar ticket, right? And we're saying, well, you know, our original intent last term was, say, if you offer the dollar ticket, you have to offer a 50-cent ticket. And yes, in hindsight, that was probably a mistake, that we boxed out the 25-cent ticket. We're not disagreeing with that. That needed to be fixed. So that's, I need a reaction to that, and if any of my colleagues here want to chime in.
Well, I was around when pull tabs were first put in place, okay? And that was in 1973, we passed this bill. Now we got machines for the pull tabs. The pull tabs have disappeared. They used to be sold at the bar. You bought it, you pulled the tab, and either won or lost. And the what was the deal size? Maybe 1,000.
Right.
Now we're talking about 14,000. 14,000 because they can sit at that machine and they can hit the button and they can play. They're playing it like it's a slot machine. It is a slot machine. Who's kidding who? So you play the slot machine, you got a 14,000 situation. So you're playing the buck, you're playing, you know. So, okay, that thing bothers me. The elimination of the paper bothers me. But the thing that infuriated me was the elimination of the 25-cent ticket, where the bingo halls, the elderly people who were playing bingo, who weren't big-time gamblers, were shut out. They had to buy a 50-cent ticket or a dollar ticket. So I thought that was ridiculous. Who were we catering to? Those who played bingo, who did it for relaxation, you know, elderly people, and particularly in Manchester, they have the bingo call. So that was my complaint from the outset. And of course, that happened in a committee of conference. That thing just flipped in, eliminating the 25-cent ticket. That never got a public hearing or anything. So all of a sudden, I get calls from people who are running bingo. Oh, what happened to the 25-cent ticket? We can't sell it anymore.
No, you're correct, Senator. We're agreeing with that. We're agreeing with your argument. We want to add the 25-cent ticket back in, but we think we've done it with this language. They could sell. Here's the deal. So let's say you have a charitable gaming location that doesn't want to offer the 25-cent ticket. But with this language, they're going to have to buy a deal, at least one deal of a 25-cent ticket, and they may not ever sell any, and there's an expense. That's the only argument, really. Yeah. So, and I know your concern from a brief discussion yesterday was that, how many of these organizations are really going to offer the 25-cent if we don't make it mandatory, is, I think, your argument.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's, I'm trying to get to the nub right here.
Right.
And that's it. That seems to be the point. Any of my other?
So the pull tab tickets started in 1973. Yes. And they were a quarter back then, which is the equivalent of 4 cents today. This bill, this wouldn't preclude the offering of a 25-cent ticket. It would simply afford the operator or the charity the ability to set it. So if the clientele wants it, it's there. I mean, a one-size solution doesn't necessarily work here, and we might as well afford some flexibility to the charitable gaming operator. That's our position. So it's very possible if enough people want it, then the 25-cent ticket will still be offered.
Again, with the language change, we feel that not to exceed $1 means that any denomination of ticket can be.
They could.
It could mean, yes, and I checked the other day. There is such thing as a 10-cent ticket. Not many people use it, I mean, huh? No, but this would,
Right.
because we're saying not to exceed $1, meaning it can be any denomination we want.
Well, when the game started with a 25-cent ticket, that's how it began.
Right.
And we have progressively increased it. And as we not only increased it, but we put it into the machine, where now you can play it by machine, they don't even pull the tab anymore.
Right.
Right? They're taking that exercise away. So now you hit the button, you say, I put a $1 ticket, you want to keep buying dollars, keep buying dollars. Who are we taking care of here? Who are we satisfied? We satisfied the little bingo player with the 45-cent stuff that they have a shot at winning some money? Or are we satisfied with the person who
Well,
thinks that he's scoring $100 worth of tickets? Which is possible with the game we're playing now. And when you increase the size from 3,500 to 14,000, I mean, that's a new world. I don't know a lot about gaming, but I've learned a lot over the years.
I mean,
Why these things are done.
we had a long discussion about raising it to 14,000. This in this bill. I mean, right now it's 3,500 deal. I mean, the argument that we're given is that the prizes can be bigger. I mean, basically you can. The prizes can be bigger. So to attract more players, that's what they're doing.